So in this video, I want to do a little bit of a unique video. I pretty much never done one of these, and I try to keep my accounts, my P&Ls and stuff like that, a little bit under the radar, just because I mean this is where I make a living from, and I do this well for fun. At the same time, it is a personal journey and journal, and if I can make some good content for somebody else to potentially pick up a thing or two, well, that's the main purpose of the channel. It is not to be telling you that this is the way that you should be trading or when to buy or when to sell. You get what I'm trying to say. So this is the first video I'll be doing, and I just want to say one thing. Like this one, I passed in 6 days, right? 6 days. You can see that there. There's no way to actually fix or Photoshop these numbers. These are coming out straight from my Topstep backend, and it took me 6 days to complete it. Started it back in June 14, ended in June 24. I could have done it a little bit faster or slower. It doesn't really matter, but I do want to get this point across. So when I started it, I didn't start off with the right mentality. I was copy trading, I think, like 4 accounts at this point, and I've never done that. So maybe after I took that one loss, it just went downhill for me that day, and I did take a max loss, and I just didn't start off right. But thankfully, I got my stuff together, and then I managed to get it back above. It wasn't a straight line, all the way to the top, but I did manage to get it back above that 50,000 threshold, and then I did take another loss of 918, and then finally I started to get consistent with my mentality and in terms of trades altogether. So then we basically nailed that 1500 that day. I got another 1069 that day, and then another whatever it was to get it to 53,000. But the idea is simple here, that when you have max losses like I did here, it only sets you back a lot. Well, it sets you back a lot, right? But what I'm trying to say is there's no need for that. Like if I had just taken the loss of 500, I would have been somewhere here, and then I would have gone, like, it would have been a little bit easier for me to get to the top. Even though Topstep allows us to have a max loss of $1,000, I think that we should never hit that. And yes, as you get better, if you do take losses of $1,000, it's all relative to your account, right? Like I can take a loss of 1,000, but I know that my average day of trading is around 1,500 to 2,000 per account, right? Now, does that mean I should be taking losses of $1,000? No, that is ridiculous, and this was a very bad. I personally think that this combine passed with with a little bit of luck, but the luckier, I mean, the more you trade, the luckier you get. But anyways, you can see that right there. We did get it done, so that's really what counts. I got 7 XFAs currently. I am working on an 8th one, which in one day I'm already halfway done. So I hope in 2 days I can probably pass that 2-3 days, and I can finally say that I got one in 2 days. So I mean, the more you trade on these, the easier they will get, and then you can pile on more XFAs and whatnot. You can only have 5 active, so I mean, it's never a bad thing to have more in the back end, right? But I don't want to disclose too much about my personal stuff, because there are different things you can do without getting into too much of things. So yeah, you can see that right there. The average winning trade was about 548. My largest, I guess, winning on a trade was 1,147, and my largest losing trade, which was 352, which is less than half of my largest winning trade. That's what you want. And you can see here the average loss, because my stops are always 3 points, and I pretty much honor that stop all the time. That is 153, because 150 is 3 points plus commissions or whatever the hell, whatever it comes out to. It is 153, and my average winning trade is 548. That is more than double of what my average loss is, which is where you want to be. You need to have a strategy that you're not going to put in $10 worth of risk to get $10 worth of reward. I think that's foolish. That's you still don't have a strategy at that point. You need to be able to put in 10 to get back about 20, and obviously 30. Like you need to get at least 2 to 1. Like that's a very good sweet spot, I think. But without getting into too much, because that would be a total different scope of this video. Yeah. So never mind that. Point is, once you do pass, you're gonna get that nice email that says, "Congratulations, you have officially passed. You are a funded trader." Blah blah blah, and it says pass now. You can see that right there. You're gonna need to come here and basically hit that start my express funded account. You do need to sign a couple of different agreements. You can, yeah, I just skip right through this. Well, I mean, I've already seen these enough. Yeah, so if you want to go through that when you pass, you can do that. But I'm all right with just hitting the continue. You agree to the terms and conditions. You agree to that. Boom. Yes. And this is the fun part. There is a $150 US activation fee. So it does hurt a little bit, but it's the nature of the game, I guess. You gotta pay to play, baby. You gotta pay to play. So we gotta pay 150 because the combine did cost me. These ones I bought for like 20 bucks. So I guess all in total, I would be in about $180, give or take. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, so and it also depends if you've had if you bought the combine in promotion. If not, it would be $200, right? So it depends. That varies. But anyways, getting back on the video, you can see that that's 150. I got my credit card, my last four digits right there, which by the way, I use Wise, but let me not get into that. Whoop. Pay activation fee. Your credit card fee has been successfully purchased. Click on the Create Express Funded account. Here we go. Let's wait for it to do its thing. Topstep TV. No, I'm not going to be watching no Topstep TV. I'm going to be watching myself. Topstep TV didn't get me there. Start trading. And then, voila. Look at that. You are now in an XFA. Congratulations to me. So I guess my account is going to end in that. I don't really want to talk about my account. I'm going to block that out. I do not want my account there. But you can see they still haven't quite updated it because it will show essentially as 0. You're going to start out at 0, and then you have a max loss of 2,000 drawdown, and then you need to basically make as much money as you potentially want. So we're going to launch Topstep X right now. It ended with 308, and let's find out if it's here now. You can see that here. We are officially in the account, Express Funded account, the one we just created with a max loss. You can see it right here, minus 2,000, and there is no target to hit because there is no target to hit. You just make as much as you want, right? You can keep trades on and have them continue to go. You don't need to worry about max like making 1,500 and a maximum 1,500, right? You can make 2,000 if you want. You can make as much money as you want. Now there is one catch though. Below 1,500, you do need to only trade 2 contracts. It's a scaling rule they have, so I guess it protects you. Okay, probably. I don't really agree with that rule, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. So you do got to follow that. I think after you have $3,000 in your balance or 2,000, then you can basically trade 5 contracts. I believe it's 2,000 though. You have to double check. I'm not too sure, but I do know that up to 1,500, you need to only trade 2 contracts. So yeah, so that's the activation right there. You just saw that on the back end, and now you just wait for Monday, and that's it. So thank you for watching. You just saw everything that there is to do after you pass. So even though it doesn't feel very rewarding on your first pass or whatever, second, third account, the emotions do kind of drop as you get more. But on that first one, I remember when I saw this account here, when I saw that 50, whatever account size you get, and it says express funded, you need to pat yourself in the back. You really do. Because at the end of the day, I want to show you something. So, according to this article, you can do the numbers yourself. Topsteps, I think, are a little bit higher. I'm not too sure, but the article from this Lux trading firm provides slightly different results. According to it, 4% of traders on average pass, meaning out of 100, only 4 of them are going to pass. So when you pass, you are in the top of traders. And then once you get paid out, that is even less than 4%. And then keeping one and continuing to get more, that is even less percentage. So feel good about yourself when you do pass. I got my emotions a little bit better now with these because I already have a few of them, but still I do get excited about them because you know what, I remember my day one, it was not easy, and it definitely is not as easy as just saying, oh, let's only make 3,000 or 6,000, 9,000, whatever it is to pass the account. It is it's extremely difficult, and when you do pass, celebrate. You need to pat yourself on the back, and you need to understand how far you've come, and just continue to go on forward onto bigger things. So thank you for watching. Peace.